Now, who do you think is going to win in this extreme battery drain test between the OPPO Find X7 Ultra versus the OPPO Find X7 Ultra? Yeah. Performance mode on versus off in our extreme battery drain test on mobile data only with no Wi-Fi. Let's get into it. You requested for it, and now you've got it. Extreme battery drain test with performance mode on versus off on the OPPO Find X7 Ultra. And like we said before, the intrigue is based on how they benchmark very differently with performance mode on versus off, and the notification that you get in terms of warning your power consumption and temperature increase. So that's exactly what we're doing. A second run with performance mode on and matching it to our previous footage that we have with performance mode off. And of course, how we've set up is pretty much the same screen resolution, refresh rate, and everything when it comes to brightness calibration. And of course, we've checked the software to see if we've got the latest version for each time of the recording that we did it. And yeah, it's just performance mode on versus off. Let's not waste much time. Let's get into it. Okay, people, performance mode on versus off, extreme battery drain test on mobile data only with no Wi-Fi option. OPPO Find X7 Ultra. Don't know why I said it that way, but I thought it would be more fun doing it. And let me tell you this now. This particular one is the most messiest out of all of them that I've done, yeah? I said it. And you're gonna see why it gets messy, even with performance mode on, and especially with performance mode on. Lord have mercy. This is gonna be a very interesting run. Of course, we're putting it through the paces on all our most popular applications that we have on our extreme battery drain test: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Asphalt 9. And no phone has officially made it in this new style that we do it. WhatsApp video call. The day a phone makes it to that, the 8th hour, and does it for an hour or however long, boy, that's just GOAT level stuff when it comes to battery. Right, let's kick things off on TikTok. And as I always like to say, TikTok is like the wicked Wild West when it comes to how content is produced, consumed, and posted. Like the platform is just in a bit of a weird state at the minute. But anyway, man, if you want to see more vertical related content and all things tech related that we produce over there, definitely go follow us at Lover of Tech BA on the TikToks for long form, medium form, and long form content. Of course, if you appreciate the effort that we put into our extreme battery drain test, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos on the YouTube channel for Lover of Tech, and you will be part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, if you turn on notifications. And then after 1 hour, 95% battery, 36.5 degrees Celsius minus 5% battery loss with performance mode on. Performance mode off, 98% battery, 34.5 degrees Celsius minus 2% battery loss. Ooh, there's already a 3% gap. And a gap like that kind of tells you that, yo, we are in for something definitely when it comes to this performance mode and how it's going to be pushing this OPPO Find X7 Ultra. And you're going to be seeing it. Like I said, this one is the most messy out of all of them that I've done. And it was just even having to navigate through it and make sure I was paying even more attention to make sure things were just running smoothly and the test results were not nullifying. Yeah, this OPPO Find X7 Ultra, when it comes to performance mode being on and off, it was doing the most. It was doing the most. All right, next section is gonna be 1 hour of Instagram Reels. And boy, I said it, man, Instagram's become one of my favorite platforms to be on in terms of actual social media, with all the DMs that I'm sending my friends and family and how I keep up with them. And of course, behind the scenes. This is the place where you get to see behind the scenes of a lot of what we're actually doing in real time and updates. If you want to see more behind the scenes, definitely come and follow us at loverofTech_BA on Instagram. That's where we are at when it comes to it, man. Definitely enjoying it there as per. Now, after 1 hour Instagram Reels, 82% battery, 37.0 degrees Celsius minus 13% battery loss with performance mode on, and the battery is 86% battery, 34.1 degrees Celsius minus 12% battery loss with performance mode off. That's a 4% battery deficit when it comes to the difference, when it comes to what we're seeing here. And yeah, things right now, when we move over to the next one, which is Instagram Live, the most intensive, one of the most intensive part of our extreme battery drain test, you're gonna see something happen here that really shocked me, and it's a big indication of why these companies are now tapping into this whole performance mode on and off for different reasons. Pay attention very closely to the performance mode being on, and in this particular situation, at the half an hour point, it overheats on itself. At the 2 hour, 29 minute mark, around there, the performance mode on overheats on itself where it says it's too hot and it kills the live stream function. 69% battery, and we had a temperature reading of 44.6 degrees Celsius, minus 13% battery loss at this point. Now, when we look at the half an hour mark for the performance mode off, none of this happened, and the battery is on 75% and it's on 40.8 degrees Celsius, minus 11% battery loss, but it hasn't overheated. This particular situation, we had to give it a bit of time for it to cool down, so I had a bit more confidence to go again. So it wasn't going to be starting again on the OPPO until we pretty much got to like around the 2 hour, 33 minutes, 47 second mark. And that's when we started streaming again. So you can then pretty much see that at that point, 68% battery, 44.3 degrees Celsius when it comes to the temperature reading. So yeah, that's another big difference right there. The heat management with performance mode on, it really spikes up. And in some situations like what you've seen here, which is quite intensive, it overheated on itself on an Instagram live stream. Now the final 1 hour, 59% battery, 44.0 degrees Celsius, minus 23% battery loss on the performance mode being on, 64% battery, 41.9 degrees Celsius, minus 22% battery loss with the performance mode being off. It's a big difference here. Yes, 5%, but it's the perspective of the fact that it overheated with the performance mode on this particular run. Now, if you watch my original battery drain test for the OPPO Find X7 Ultra, definitely have it linked in the description. I'm going to pop on the cards above. Usually when it comes to our YouTube video test, what we do is our definitive camera comparison when the S24 Ultra first came out in January versus the Pixel 8 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. We usually do this for an hour. We're streaming this on 4G, 5G mobile data only, and this is at 4K 60, 2160p 60, usually for an hour. But look, I got tired. I slept through past the second reading. I missed the 4 hour mark. So what I did with the performance mode being on, I matched it to how it was on the first one, where it was around the 4 hour and 30 minute mark, or just before then, is where I pretty much had that reading, which was like around the 4 hour, 29 minute mark, 45 seconds, around there. And when we did that reading, it's 41% battery, 35.8 degrees Celsius, minus 18% battery loss. And then on the performance mode being off, is 43% battery, 33.8 degrees Celsius, minus 21% battery loss. I did that just to match it. So yeah, that was just because I slept. So what that basically means is the YouTube music run is a bit shorter than usual. Of course, it's one of my favorite rap albums of all time. A College Dropout is one of those ones. Yeah, it gets me through, but it was a shorter run. We kept it consistent. Then back to 5 hours. 34% battery, 35.8 degrees Celsius, minus 7% battery loss with performance mode on, 37% battery, 33.5 degrees Celsius, minus 6% battery loss with the performance mode being off. We're back on track now. I just wanted to clarify, go watch my original battery drain test with the performance mode being off on the OPPO Find X7 Ultra. I have it linked in the cards above so you can see it. Now, Twitter Spaces is next on the 5th hour into the 6 hour mark. Where are we when it comes to Twitter Spaces between both of these when it comes to how they're performing and using this on mobile data for the performance mode being off versus on? And oh, I'm telling you, man, it gets even messier when we get to the 6 hour mark. Past this, it does make it through. You'd be surprised, some flagship phones don't make it through Twitter Spaces, which don't make it to 6 hours. Hey, Missy Elliott, play 1 minute, man. Anyway, so 19% battery, 37.8 degrees Celsius, minus 15% battery loss, 23% battery, 35.9 degrees Celsius, minus 14% battery loss. That's performance mode on versus off. Now, when we start this camera, I'm just going to give you a heads up. The ones that know or don't know, OPPO has a failsafe next to the OnePlus devices where it's got 2% battery left. It will not allow you to use the camera. This particular section is 4K 60 recording that's meant to go through for an hour. And what we're going to notice as I'm checking my notes, when we get to this particular section, man, it's around the 6 hour and 39 minute mark where you see 2% battery left with the performance mode on, and then it just shuts off. It doesn't allow you to record anymore. If you can see it going, it just doesn't allow you to do that at all. So in this particular situation, it basically means that I have to start the gaming test next, right? And which is obviously around a 6 hour, 39 minute, 55 second mark where we start the Astro 9 gaming test, not the 7 hour, but because the camera fail safes at that point. The next fail safe is at the 6 hour, 42 minute, 23 second mark approximately. And this is with the performance mode being off. And of course, that one we're reading the temperatures 44.4 degrees Celsius. That means we're starting the gaming test at 6 hour, 43 minutes, 20 seconds. And then where we are pretty much going is, where are we going to be finishing first? And is really going to be down to the performance mode on. 6 hours, 50 minutes and 39 seconds, temperature reading of 43.4 degrees Celsius, in second place with the performance mode being on. So yeah, you see how messy, like managing and paying attention to so many different things, overheating potentials, fail safes happening. Honestly, the OPPO Find X7 Ultra really put me through it when it came to this performance mode being on and off. And I really wanted to make sure I matched it to the previous one that I had. Now, next, in this particular one is 6 hours, 52 minutes, 6 seconds, final temperature reading of 42.0 degrees Celsius. First place, this is with the performance mode off on OPPO Find X7 Ultra. I done told you this was the most messiest experience between this performance mode being on and off on the OPPO Find X7 Ultra, bruh. All I'm saying is, yeah, keep that performance mode off as much as possible if you don't want to run into a situation where the phone might overheat on itself and just crash the application that you're using if you need it to be going. So really manage it there. But yeah, what's your thoughts on it, man? Were you expecting this? Because I'm telling you, certain parts of it, I wasn't. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.